Good morning. Grand delusion or illusion, whichever the case may be. I think it's just me. Don't believe anything I say. I started looking into back around 2016, 2017, all the old videos that I've been finding, and most of the people that made those videos when they first seen the changes, and he would think to change the times and the laws. Why is that word change in that verse? Times and laws. A lot of those people that made them videos, you can't find their, they either deleted their channel or that was a one-time deal. But you don't really hear a whole lot of people talking about the Mandela effect. Things keep changing. Remember the old Bounty commercial? I ran across one looking for residue, and it just hit me. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. I remember she said that distinctly when the guy knocked over the cup of coffee on it. In the restaurant, he's sitting there at the counter. She said, the quicker picker-upper. Not now. The old commercials, she says, quick picker-upper. So I got to looking. All your newer commercials says quicker picker-upper. But the original one did say quicker picker-upper. Now it says quick picker-upper. And as I'm looking for this residue, Grand Central Station, which is now Grand Central Terminal. You can find all kinds of people still calling it Grand Central Station, but the name was changed from Grand Central Terminal back in what I found 1901 to Grand Central Terminal. For 120 years, it's been called Grand Central Terminal, and people all over are still calling it, in their memory, Grand Central Station. Nah. He would think to change. And the flat earth. I'm a firm believer we are not on a ball. Is that connected? Where's the yellow sun? A lot of people remember the yellow sun. Why wasn't people so smart back then to figure out we're not spinning? All these simple, observe it, and trust your senses. Nobody could figure that out. Now we got a white ball in the sky. But through NASA and your lying politicians and your lying media, they can deceive the world that you're on a ball through all Hollywood and music industry and the programming and the indoctrination center. That could be done by men. But these changes in the Holy Bible, now 6 years later, from 2016 when people started noticing these changes, it's affected every Bible. And people just can't get it from cover to cover. The very first verse used to be, and God created the heavens. Why in other places in the Bible it says heavens? Who created the other ones if God only created the heaven? Doesn't even make sense. From the very first verse all the way back to the book of Revelations. Not just one revelation. And if you read that very last chapter, right near the end, there's a warning of whosoever, paraphrasing, adds to or takes away from that book, he will add to and take away from the book of life. Just paraphrasing there. And anybody that understands how the story goes in the Bible knows that the wolf is Satan in sheep's clothing. 9:11, upside down and backwards, is 11:6. Isaiah 11:6, the wolf is dwelling with the lamb. Nah, the lion, the king of Judah, the reigning king, the king of kings, Jesus, in the millennial era, right? But people will read that. Oh yeah, it's always been wolf, but you ask them before they know anything about it. And they would say it's the lion. Oh yeah, I just was misremembering. Because they can't accept the grand illusion of the changes. Is flat earth connected to it? All of a sudden the sun is white to those of us that see the changes? And the media tries to make hit pieces. A mass number of people just misremembering that it was never Queen singing "Of the World" at the end of it. Funny thing is, you lying scumbags on the media, doing your hit piece, trying to make us sound crazy. I found 2 concerts live, him singing it at the end of the world. But he never did, right? They don't want anybody knowing about the changes because they want you reading that corrupt, perverted Bible. They want that in the schools. Remember, Trump said he wanted to get that back in the schools. Who's behind all this? And is the Masonic lodges just boom now, all of a sudden, they're everywhere. I don't remember any growing up. I don't remember. And people that know they're not on a ball don't want to even discuss. I've heard them say it in their videos. I don't even want to talk about the Mandela effect. No, because it changes the way the Bible reads. Do you remember the yellow sun? This is just boom, mind-boggling once you start really getting into it and thinking about it. Where are we? Those of us that see the changes, and everybody sees the changes, they will not admit it. There is some product change, some logo, some company name has changed. How many people remember it, Grand Central Station? Never has been Grand Central Station since 1901. Oh, you're just misremembering, right? You're just misremembering he never said "of the world." I don't really care anymore what people think of me. But I know this is not the world I grew up in. There's so many changes. And I had at one time when I first, back in 2016, something happened then. A mass number of people, into hundreds of thousands, if not millions, all across this earth, started seeing things changing. Started seeing their holy texts that they've had in their homes for decades change. But the media wants you to think that is just, yeah, you're just misremembering. If it's always been like this. No. No. It's just unbelievable. So, where do we go from here? I know that sun up there in the sky is going around a stationary, unmovable plane, but it's not the same sun. Oh, it's because of all the chemicals are spraying. Why wasn't anybody smart enough to figure this out up until, decade or less ago? Seems like the flat earth came into existence about the same time people were seeing the changes after 9/11. Upside down and backwards. Isaiah 11:6. Who is dwelling with the Lamb now? Satan, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Think about it. Or not. I don't really care. I'll keep putting up some of them old testimonies of people. And I've lost viewer counts. And another thing, a lot of those, I remember watching some of those videos 6 years ago, 5 years ago. And they had a whole lot more view count and a whole lot more likes on it than what you see when you watch some of them old videos now. Yeah. Love y'all. Trust your memory. Don't let them tell you you're just misremembering or you're crazy. You're not. It was the quicker picker-upper. Go back and watch some of the 1970s and 80s commercial. She never said the quicker picker-upper. It's a quicker picker-upper now. She said the quick picker-upper. And I distinctly remember her always saying the quicker picker-upper. Bounty. Down the road.